But yeah, usually, I mean, you should build some solid opening repertoire, solve quite a lot of tactics. There are quite a lot of YouTube channels which are just the main point of those channels is to help adults improve in chess. Quite a lot of GMs and IMs and FMs even are specialized in that. So yeah, just don't. Like, it takes a lot of time. It took me 15 years from a beginner to a grandmaster. Don't expect big things to happen overnight, because they won't. And yeah, just do your best and see where it leads you. Let's go c3 here. If they play with knight e6, you don't want g3, bishop g2, because then they take d4 and go e5, and your bishop is stupid on g2. He really doesn't trust himself in this endgame. He's giving the GM extra credit. Come on, the endgame was horrible. Yeah, make sure you're enjoying it, surely. But yeah, I mean, I don't think I had a chance to anywhere. Of course, I mean, I can analyze it. Oh wait, no, that's the wrong game. I can analyze the game, the past game now briefly, but I don't think I anywhere had any kind of a chance. I think I just got crushed because I didn't play because I played this knight e6 line. Yeah, rook b8. But okay, he knew exactly what he was doing here in the opening, and yeah, that's the thing with today's chess. When your opponent is so well prepared, okay, knight d7 seems to have been wrong, but because of this knight d4, knight d5, or whatever. Later on, I also didn't get any chance. But the thing with today's game, today's chess, is just when your opponent is so well prepared and achieves everything out of the opening, you can't really expect to win games. That's the problem. So very often, you play against lower-rated opponents, you just lose. Yeah, you lose if you try to overpress it. But yeah, okay. Here I felt like I got some chance, but it's over anyway. Objectively. Okay, sorry for that. Let's go bishop b2. Yeah, wishing you the best in your chess career, Tunisia. It was just too lost for things to change, exactly. Advice is don't play the Benoni. Yeah, I risk playing 15 games against the computer, that's true. 960 can fix it. Yeah, 960 can fix it. And that's where they're going with today. Okay, my opponent goes rook 8. Usually in this structure, you're supposed to play stuff with rook e1, bishop f1, and so on, but they go for e5 quite early on. So I guess I will stick with the same plan. There is one game in my database where I already played this against young Krzysztof Duda, entitled Tuesday, where I lost the game, but I was winning. It was a very similar game to this one, I have to say. Okay, h6 now. I don't know if I should play bishop f1 to threaten e5, then he would play e5, or maybe take and play e5. Maybe I can play a prophylactic move like h3 first. That move is always useful. But okay, bishop f1, I feel like it's the right move to support the rook in the e5 break. I can play some e5, and then suppose I should take, go knight c4. And yeah, maybe in the future g3, bishop g2. It's kind of a reverse perk defense, but or Philidor, I don't know which one is it exactly. But I'm just a tempo or two up, and that's good. Chess starts at 2000 rating, though below isn't that fun? I don't know. You heard an argument, lower rated players, let's say 100, the vast majority of chess players would. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, what my opponent's going for here is interesting. But is it that good? Bishop c5. I want some knight g4 nonsense, but we go e5. What actually happens there? Knight g4, knight e4. Queen d1, rook d1, bishop b6. Now my e5 pawn is hanging, but I can go bishop f4. And then this knight on g4 could be quite stupid. The bishop on c8 wanted to be locked down. You know what, Schelling? I don't believe you. Show me the money. Show me the money, Schelling. I don't believe you. Pink and bear. Just see how much holes are there in your game. You're 2300 feet now? How long? I mean, it depends on how much you work, of course. If you work many hours per day, you will get the GM title sooner or later. For me, it took 6 or 7 years from 2300 to a GM. Okay, possibly, Bruno. I don't know, but yeah, it has become quite a lot of memorization these days. Just go to Hungary and play with me. Yeah. You prefer 960, hate memorizing Atlas lines? Yeah, I think chess is going for the 960. The 960 is going to take over in some time, and I hope so, because I think majority of players are fed up with it. Not all of them, though. Problem is, even if top 10 prefer 960, bottom 90% is more important, because they're securing the money. I mean, possibly. Those are hard topics. Now let's talk about how to win this game. How to get even with Schelling. In knight e4 seems like the most logical move by far. And considering he went with the knight to d5, that knight can't go anywhere further, even though it looks nice. So he's going to have to try to play b6, bishop b7 in the next couple of moves and get counterplay in that manner. So how do I fight against that? One of the more logical things to do is bishop d3, because then I want bishop b1 and queen c2. Another possible plan would be bishop b5, because then he just can't play b6. He can play bishop d7 though, but maybe then I can play bishop d3, because then the bishop on d7 is just not going to be that powerful. Those sacrifices on h6 should not work anytime soon, especially with the bishop being on f8. I'm not sure that if I should play this tactically, but probably not. Probably I should play it positionally. Just I'm not sure how. I want to bring my queen to g4, but I can't really do it because e5 is hanging. Technically I can go bishop b5. Bishop d7, take it, go knight d4, and then queen g4, but really no. Okay, let's see the first line. Bishop d3. That's the most logical one, no matter what. But b6, bishop b1, because if I go to c2, then bishop a6. So bishop b1, bishop b7, queen c2. Huh. I suppose g6 is what he has to play. Then I go h4. He goes h5. Can probably play knight g5, and then there are some knight f7 threats, but he can play knight c7, covering g6. I can't say I'm that convinced in it. What's going on with Schelling, by the way? Where's he offline? Where's he offline? If you win this game, I'll sub. You can sub to my YouTube, to my Twitch account. Hard when chess is not fair. Yeah, but chess 960 is fair. Bishop e5 looks better to your eyes. Yeah, maybe to put the bishop on d7, but then, for example, even if I go back here, it goes, for example, knight c7, try to go bishop c6 and knight f5 or knight g6. I don't really know which one is better, honestly. But I have to make a move, so let's make a move. And Schelling is back. Knight d7, g3, you can play like that, you can play positionally. If you want to play tactically, you want to get even with Schelling for losing that game. For losing that game before. Yeah, just want bishop b1, queen c2, and go for checkmate. So I just have to reply a message or two, and then I will be back to explaining, or at least trying to explain. Strong I am. By the way, there is... I did call you a positional player. I will... I should maybe post a link to my YouTube video where I've played the previous match against Schelling. That one was fun, considering the score. I have to troll him a bit. I have to troll him a bit. Okay, let's stop answering messages for now. The good thing is with this stuff is that I'm gonna have to, when I provoke g6, this I did see, but we never make moves too quickly, according to 5 rules of calculation. But yeah, I want this and this. My rook is a bit dumb on a1 thus far, but all of my pieces are aimed towards black's king. And I'm really hoping that will make a difference. Whenever he plays g6, this square is going to become quite weak. So for example, you can imagine if the knight ever comes here, goes c4, knight b4, knight f6 check, and then something bad should happen with this rook. And all of that, so... Post it in his chat if he's streaming? No, I'm not gonna do that, come on. It's his, I think, 3rd year anniversary of streaming on Twitch. Schelling is an experienced streamer. The ultimate troll would be to display the score on the stream. h4, what are you waiting for? I don't want to go h4 necessarily, that's 2 moves. And anyway, he's going to play g6 and knight c7. Or knight c7, knight f5, I don't know. Okay, h4 was surely possible too. I'll need both of those moves. And I'll need both of those moves, don't worry. What's his name on Twitch? Well, if you click on this Schelling 2, you will see that it's the same thing. Just Schelling 492. He's taking some time to think here. The good thing about my position is the moves play themselves, like with queen c2 and then h4, h5. The attacking moves play themselves. And for black, it's very hard to create some counterplay. That's the advantage of the c5 move, which I played. I seized quite a lot of space. Do not peek at your opponent's stream. That is cheating, as you can see his pieces. Well, I didn't pay attention to that. I just wanted to show this, and I definitely have no intention of cheating. So that I can see his pieces here too now. This game I at least have a better position than in the first one. The first one was horrible from start to end. Yeah. In the second game, I will. Yeah, seems like a nice position indeed. Click F so you can see his pieces. It would actually be fun if I would play one of these matches blindfolded. That would be actually maybe useful too. Okay, what would have happened? What would happen if I go c2? Knight g6, then I can go h4 probably. I mean, maybe he is trying to play for things like queen c2, knight g6, h4, bishop b7, h5, knight f8, and then he covers h7. That could be clever. That could be clever. Let's see if there is a better way of dealing with that. Maybe I should play h4 first, and after knight g6 I can play h5. Seems better actually. And if he goes knight f5, well, I can play queen c2 probably, and then when I go g4. Let's do that. See what happens. There's a chance, is f5 ever an idea for black? In f5 would weaken the e6 square immensely and also his king, so I would be able to take f6 en passant, and if he takes with the knight, then I would, for example, take on d8, and I don't know, it would have been quite decent in many ways, I think. What else is in the chat? Queen c2, knight f6. Yeah, Richie. Queen c2 and knight f6 was an idea. Or maybe c4 first and then knight there. So I can still play this, of course. I'm not sure if I want to allow him to play moves like g6 or h5. But okay, g6 I can't stop anyway. I play h5 first. I don't know if I need it, that's the thing. Because like if I go queen c2, he can't take h4. I take knight h4, queen h4 goes c4, and then he loses a piece, because if he moves the knight somewhere, queen f6 and knight h7 comes. So queen c2, go h5, but I mean, it looks like such a weakening move. Though I would still need to prove my point there. Kind of don't want to allow h5. There's probably no reason to not allow it. If I play h5 myself, what is his next move actually? Let me find out that. Because I don't see an active plan from my opponent against this stuff. We will see. Let me just check one thing quickly, and then that will be the last thing. That will be the last thing I check on the phone in a long time. Not happy about that. Same as you are, but what to do? Okay. I'm back here. I suppose my opponent will have to play g6 sooner or later. I don't know if it's preferable for him to do it sooner or later. If he plays it immediately after, for example, takes 6 and c4, or c4 immediately wherever he moves the knight, I will be able to take an exchange. So yeah, it's not that easy. Maybe he can improve on the line with, for example, bishop b7 first, and then when I go c2 to threaten g4. h4 then. Oh, I did not expect that at all, I have to say. Interesting. There seem to be so many good options against this. Even knight d4, followed by maybe knight d5 or something. Knight b5 or something. Moves like this are probably too ridiculous because he can take and go bishop b7. What else can I do? I mean, I can play queen d3 again or queen c2, but queen d3 he can go maybe bishop a6, c4. But even if I just play g3, the most primitive move of them all, after knight f3, queen f3, isn't this just really, really good for me? Feels like it should be. Let me think a bit more. Is there some other way of exploiting all of this? Knight f6 I can take with the knight. Because if he has to take with the pawn, then I take knight h4, it would probably be good. If I go... I mean, there are all kinds of ideas, actually. There is even an idea of takes, and then some bishop g5 cutting off, hg and g3. Queen is almost trapped, but it can go here. And then if I take... Wait. Just a second. Takes knight h4, queen h4, bishop g5, hg5, only move, g3. Queen h3, only move. Well, I'm not blundering something stupid. Queen h3, knight g5. If this works, this would be a very nice touch. Knight h4, queen h4, bishop g5. hg, g3. I just don't see it for him. All the squares seem covered. I mean, I can still play g3 and make him go back, and that's good for me, but I think it works. Bishop g5, hg, g3. Queen h3, knight g5. I'm thinking, like, now I'm double checking and triple checking the line, but I think it's worth to do that, because if it works, then it's a critical moment. If it works, I win the game. That's why I think it's worth spending that much time. Let's see. hg, g3. Have I blundered? Or have I calculated it correctly? I usually trust my calculation. Basically always. As you guys know. How about that, chat? What do you say? What do you say about the queen trap? Hope you're happy. This is what you came for. Came to watch good chess. Didn't come to watch my ugly face.